being able to vote.
All right, okay. So now the use of social media has been quite prevalent during this particular election, and people have been using it in the process leading up to today's polls. Some say that it has been significant, and it has
it showed trends. I mean, we can see how many followers each party has, and I was looking at that the other day, and it's really interesting. We do have some trends we believe that we can show you on screen. We are waiting for those to come up.
All right, let's take a look at one of our producers looked into this particular phenomenon.
Luvuyo, social media seems to be taking over our normal traditional media, such as TV, radio, and the likes. What is the big fuss? Why are people flocking to social media the way that they are?
Well, social media has, over the past few years evolved. It's become a medium that's so immediate, and it talks to everyone and anyone based regardless of where you are.
The spotlight has really been on the so-called born frees, those that were born post-1994 who cast their very first ballot today. Now, what are some of the trends that you've been observing as a multimedia expert on this day in relation to the born frees?
Well, the born frees are very excited. We've seen it. And not only today, but we've seen it leading up to the elections. During registration, they've been excited. This has been the born frees elections. The trends that the born frees have shown us, for example, on Twitter, of the 10 trending topics today, the born frees occupied about 6. And these vary in terms of the hashtags. We had hashtag election day, hashtag voting day, thumbs up. The born free themselves had that hashtag.
There's been quite a change in many of the profile pictures of young people, in that they would put up a logo of their chosen political parties, or they would put up a picture of themselves wearing the colors of that political party that they align themselves to. What does that mean?
This basically shows us that people have what I will call alliances with, be it certain political parties, certain groups, and they're not afraid to show their alliances. Not directly saying who they voted for, but they are making the people around the social media space aware that this is my alliance and this is my team.
Now let's talk about what we've all come to know as a selfie, which is a picture of a person's face. Today it has totally been transformed into the thumbie. Can we call it a thumbie, where people would be taking pictures of their thumb, showing that they have cast their vote today?
It has come out, we have seen it, and we're continuing to see it. And I don't think it's something that will end today, because after today, it's going to become a way of, I'll call it bragging, to say, I've got my mark on my thumb, do you? So that's the thumbie game has really transformed today.
How has social media influenced these particular elections in comparison to the 2009 elections?
Past 2 years, social media has really transformed. We've seen your Twitter come to the fold, your Facebook becoming really a center piece in terms of information.
You've just spoken about the influence side of it. Would you say that social media has evolved from the 2009 election until today's elections?
Based on the fact that there's more people on your social networks right now, it shows how it's grown, not only in its numbers but also in its influence as well to young people, and how they get information. So yes, it's really evolved, and it's done significantly so.
Now let's talk about the Google Doodle. Google has also now recognized the South African elections in a manner that they have captured our flag, a ballot paper, a ballot box. What is that? What does that mean?
Having something like the Doodle portray South Africa's elections shows you how these elections have also become, to a certain extent, an online event. Because remember, Google, as much as it's based in South Africa, is an international company. But for them to take note and to even have the doodle with this, portraying South Africa's elections shows you that it's really a big event. And interestingly, when you go into the doodle, because you can click it and it will give you certain information, it then gives you a breakdown of how the internet is taking South Africa's elections.
Well, we're here at the IEC headquarters in Pretoria, and the IEC currently holding a briefing. We're crossing to the floor. Pansy Tlakula speaking.
Election officials have now begun opening ballot boxes under the watchful eyes of party agents and observers.